The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all-out liars. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, Going Hard Kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion Elrod, and Champion Yellowbird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
It's Mo and Mike in the house. Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, Pretty Mama, they shining so bright. LaMayday, what a day, they breed the heat. Red Ruby Elrod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and Yellowbird, we top tier champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday Bug Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunch and awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitters, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday Bug Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunch and awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play. So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday Buck Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunch and awesome, maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk me about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob.
got to see what's going on. Okay, ain't showing up on mine. So you should see my face here. A second. It is live. You, get, you can't see me, man? Mo? You can't see me? Come on. I can't see me. It's not even showing up on my shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to create. You can't see me. On the live stream, bro. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can invite you right quick. Can y'all hear me? Let me see. Hold on. Let me invite Mo. Okay. Did you get it? To your AMS. Hold on, fellas. We got technical difficulties. I'm trying to get Mo in the house. Hold on. What is you changing? What is you doing? Okay, fellas. I've been trying to get Mo in here. I'm gonna just do this like this. Okay, here you go. Just down here. Okay. Damn, Mo, you in the house? We take care of this right quick.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. So let me get this thing started. Hey, all right, fellas, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties here. You know, it's the first time it ever started that way, so I don't know how many people got the link or whatever. So something about YouTube is currently experiencing some issues with their APIs that might prevent some users from going live on their destination. Our team is monitoring the platform for further updates. So y'all forgive me for that little situation because that is a technical problem based on YouTube. But guess what? What up? We here. Big shout out to everybody out there in the Shark Tank. Y'all know what time it is. All my people out there on the back straight. Oh, what's up? Y'all know what time it is. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already done so. And let me give my shout outs to my peeps. Big shout out to my main man, Having 360 in the house. What up, fam? What's that guy here? Everybody. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Mr. Derek Lockett. What up, fam? Yo, I see my man, Mr. Carlos Lee. What up, bam? What up, though? My man, Mr. Chico Nicholas. What up, fam? Big shout out to the one and only, my man. Bite down and shake that like button. The one and only Double M. Despo's in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, the one and only, the incomparable. Y'all know who he is. Mr. Dickie Buster's in the house. Long-time supporter, long-time contributor to channels. What up, fam? Let's see who else I got out here. Big shout out to Dana. What up, fam? Yo. Big shout out to the inside Honey Badger. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Mr. Paul Johnson. What up, fam? Yo, salute to my man, Game Dog University in the house representing. What up, fam? Big shout out to the intern Honey Badger. What up, fam? Yo, big shout out to my man, Mr. Will Turner. What up, fam? Yo, what up to my man, Julius Woods in the house representing the Shark Tank tonight. What up, bam? Yo, my man, Mr. Vladimir Irving, alongside supporter of the channel. What up, fam? Big shout out to you, my man. Having 360 coming in with the 5-piece super sticker showing that love. Getting this party started off right. Appreciate that, fam. Again, I always say it's not how much you give, it's the fact that you give. Remember, y'all, hitting that damn like button is free. Just throwing that out there, just in case. Big shout out to my man, Mr. John Timbry. What up, fam? My red boy representing Shreveport in the hills. What up, fam? Yo, big salute. Big shout out to my man, James in the house. What up, fam? Hey, man, look, I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. You know, we get in our little technical difficulties to get out of our control, and all of a sudden we got to become immediate text and shit. But even I had to figure out how to get back around here. This shit just took away my old thing and just gonna make its own. But we here. Fellas, tonight we're gonna have to just get one thing out the way before we even get started. I need you, everybody, get your dogs. You know, follow me out here. We're gonna jump on this bus right quick. Before we get on this bus, I want this disclaimer so everybody know which way we ride tonight. This channel in no way, shape, or form condones, support, nor participates in any illegal state, local, or federal law that violates the Animal Welfare Act of 1976. This channel is strictly for the historical, fictional, and educational and entertainment purposes only. So understanding that, we're just gonna jump right here on the bus. Everybody buckle in because we're fixing to go for a ride. Now, y'all see what the title of the show is, you know, and this is not a personal beef. This is not nothing to be going back and forth with. Actually, being it was offered out there to be addressed, I felt like being one of the OGs, you know what I'm saying? I just think I'm one of them OGs. and I got a platform, I can respectfully, you know, entertain the offer from my point of view. And y'all know from when we're going to talk about our point of view, we try to deal with the things we all have to understand. Facts. Facts. Let me say it again. You have to understand, fuck your opinion. We got to first start looking at the facts. And when you understand the facts, then let me hear your motherfucking opinion. But we have to understand when we talk about the facts, that means it's truth. You might not like it. Like some people don't want to hear the truth. Some people will argue you down, damn it. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. But I ain't no arithmetic motherfucker, so I try not to get in an argument with a motherfucker. He probably a goddamn rocket scientist, and he hit me with that. Well, oh, actually, William, when they start breaking it down, like, hold on, man. Let's take it that we know. I'm hoping you understand. I went to elementary school, learned mathematics, you know, all that shit. The hardest I ever got with this shit was algebra. And, you know, I still have my brother doing my calculus and my trigonometry shit. Basically, that's how we really got busted as twins in high school. Or, no, actually, it happened in junior high. And the teacher that busted us, he was a twin. And he knew when me and Mo made that change. You know what I'm saying? And he actually was an ex-football player to play with the Kansas City Chiefs, too. God bless his soul. I used to never forget this man's name. But I've been sitting here smoking. I'm fitting to do this show because this shit is fixing to be, it's going to be a wild one. Because I've always told you guys, when you're dealing with, back in the day, and maybe because of the people we were dealing with, I thought it was always, and I guess I would never come up here and say the things that we say, especially at my age, if I didn't really truly believe in what we're saying and what we're doing. And I've always told you guys that if this dog game, you know, it's a different kind of beast. You know what I'm saying? Got to first understand what made you fall in love with this type of dog. First and foremost, well, we all understand what it is. Their ability to be a game, put it all on the line, do what you do. May the best man win. And to see him get out and do that with no help, it's like boxing. UFC, people don't want to look at it like that because, well, remember, all that shit used to be on the ground anyway. The reason I'm addressing this shit because we back here on the bus, and there's no way that I can sit here and get you to understand the conversation we're gonna have tonight unless you understand this is a different kind of beast. Because there's some people who play this basically, as we would put it, on a professional level. You know what I mean? So anytime you're dealing with anything on a professional level, that means there is a lot of business and negotiations that happen before these things take place. Of course, yes, we had rules. You know, people talk about the Cajun rules, you know, but then why are we even discussing the rules if they didn't fucking matter? Because we're all, based on my understanding from the game, we all understand the simple part of this. There are certain things that just necessarily that have to be happening, like the ref, time, wait. You know I'm going with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and one man is not making those decisions on that. It's a negotiation process. Understand where I'm headed with this. Because in order to understand this conversation, you have to understand, first of all, the love of the game. What level were you willing to play in that game? And do you really want to represent what you're doing based on your dogs, which everybody wants that game as badass dog? And we want a couple of them. And we can't do that without the other guy. Now, I'm going to do this business with the other guy if we don't know what the fuck we doing business for. You see where I'm going with this? It is important to understand the rules of anything that you're doing. And if you got enough passion and love for the game, you're supposed to know every bit of the goddamn game. Okay? Now, being we got that part, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to jump right into why I wanted to do this based on the opportunity. Okay, y'all can see this, right? This is where I'm going to start at. And this is no disrespect to my homeboy. He's supposed to know better as far as the opportunity is there. And now I'm just going to address it like you said, but I'm going to address it with the facts. Because remember, I'm one of them old school motherfuckers. I was around the 80s and the 90s and shit. So here we go.
Rules. The Cajun, scratch the win. One might say, what are you talking about, Pelican Bay? Why you say scratch the win was for the down dog, for the losing dog? It's just plain out and simple for y'all brothers. When I give it to you, you're going to say, yeah, that's how it's going.
Okay. That one kind of like shook me up. Kind of shook me up because remember, what's our motto thing around here? Got it tattooed on my arm. What is the things that I always tell y'all when we end this show? Scratch the win. Now, I know he wasn't throwing no lugs at us, but maybe that's just the way, you know, maybe he just thinks that way, which is fine. That's why we're addressing it openly. But we're going to address it based on, I'm that old guy. Remember, I got dogs. And I want to make sure that there should be no misunderstanding based on the conversation we finna have, because I'm only addressing the things that I want everybody to hear that he said, that he opened the door to.
Scratch the win. Scratch the win is a made-up rule, and I've said this before. The rule scratch the win is a made-up rule, and it's made to help the brother with the losing dog. You don't want to lose. You're trying to figure out another way to get out without losing. Try not to look as bad. You know, that's all that is. Scratch the win is not a legitimate rule.
Okay. So you kind of understand, I'm not trying to just dive into this just yet because we might have to come back to this, but I'm putting this out here because I want to make it clear to everyone that what we're addressing is based off what is being said.
Scratch the win is not the legitimate rules that these brothers was doing in this square. Scratch the win is only a rule that was made up by the losing opponent. It's not saying that you was the one losing, big dog. You know, the one that's going by that scratch the win. Not saying you the one was losing, but whoever started scratch the win, they was the losing people. There was the losing team. The losing dog is the folk that started the rules scratch to win. Why I say that? Because we had the Cajun rules. The Cajun rules say the first dog that stopped scratching is the losing dog. You know, if we going back and forth, you stop scratching first, you lost.
Okay. That's what the Cajun rules say? Okay. Trying to be understandable. If that's what the Cajun rules say, we're going to have to visit that. But I'm just covering just some of the little things things that I feel like, hey, I want to make sure we all hear what we're hearing.
Why I say them brothers who were losing, or the folk who were losing with their dogs, came up with scratch to win. Now let me ask any brother this question. Have you ever heard anybody that was bulldogging back in the days, that was bulldogging in the golden era, that was bulldogging in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, that said, let me get a courtesy scratch? Can I get a courtesy scratch? Brother John Denver, can I get a courtesy scratch on my dog? Mr. 216, can I get a courtesy scratch? Paul Johnson, can I get a courtesy, my brother? Why do we ask for a courtesy? The proof is in the pudding. Why in the hell do we ask for a courtesy scratch? Because it ain't no such thing as scratch to win.
Okay. Okay, all right. It ain't no such thing as scratch to win. Yeah, I think I was around in the 90s, you know, late 80s. Well, yeah, no, we can almost say early 80s. 82, first ones, yeah. We could say early 80s through the 80s and the 90s, in the 2000s. Yeah, we could say that. So I think it's fair that we can address this simply because we was there. We was around there. Now, I'm just going on this based on what is being said and what I'm addressing, and I want to make clear that I'm only addressing what's being said.
For the losing dog, you know, because we all know brothers ask for courtesy scratches. What's the purpose of asking? How can I ask for a courtesy scratch if I got a scratch to win? Tell me now. Tell me down in that chat. What is the purpose for me saying, can I get a courtesy? Can I get a courtesy? If I got a scratch to win. Because I'm going to see if my dog going to come across if I got a scratch to win. Brothers ask for courtesies because if you don't come out that corner, if you can't get up and go anymore, use a down dog, a dead dog, and you can't go no more, that's a wrap. You know, that is a wrap. But the people who was losing, they want to come up with some other stuff. Oh, you got to scratch. You got to scratch to win. Made up rules, man. When you got bulldogs, you got bulldogs.
Oh, that one hurt. Fellas, I'm not going to address what is said. And that one right there, though, that one right there, that hurt a little bit. Because I know we got dogs. And I know we've been in enough battles. And remember, I'm the businessman. I'm the businessman. Remember, I'm supposed, that's my job. I'm supposed to know this shit. You know, because I have to negotiate the shit. I'm there, Mo at the dog. I'm the one at the damn, you know, the washing, the weigh-in. I'm there at the wash. I'm there making sure everything is in hand. Me and the referee, everything, me and the other opponent, everything, we ironing out all the little things. Because that agreement, in order for this situation to have to happen, has to be just that, an agreement. And remember what I said, there's certain things that are just supposed to be by standard, you know, like the referee, 2 people, you know, and then the other part is whatever else y'all agree to. Cajun rule don't tell you how much to bet. Don't tell you who's supposed to have a lockup. Don't tell you who's supposed to ref. All it does is tell you basically that you're gonna need that ref. You want to have a pit size, just a certain type of pit size that had the little standards. You know, most of the guys who was building the pits back in the day, you know, they tried to be as right as they possibly could. But then just think about the young ones who just start throwing up plyboard, you know, and just thinking that was going to get it because they don't really understand the rules. You know, there's distance why them damn scratch lines is where they at. why that tape is where it's at. See, they just doing dogs. They don't know shit about that type of shit. So when you start talking about the rules, I'm going to first deal with the things that I call, let's understand the standards. And this right here is one of the reasons why I feel very comfortable about having this conversation tonight. And maybe we'll learn, you know, from the way we handle this, because I never took it like a dig. I took it like as an old dog man who runs around here, scratched the wind, ex-Marine, got the shit tattooed on me. Why do we do that, twin? Why do you do that? Man, there's a reason why we do that. Because ain't two curves walking out of here tonight. That's what I'm on. Before we get started, we don't know who's gonna win or lose. And if we're gonna have to fight and argue about what we gonna do, then shit, we gonna handle it like gentlemen and somebody break out the motherfucking coin. That's fair. There's nothing in the rules that say I can't dictate what this thing is gonna be about, because we ain't dictating the lockup, we ain't dictating the referee. No, we agreeing on everything. And that we can't agree on, a coin will take care of that. That's being fair. But there's a reason, if you just understand from my point of view, I always looked at it like scratch the wind. You know, I've seen it happen, you guys. I've really seen, you know, you want to take a courtesy scratch. You don't have to take a courtesy scratch. A courtesy scratch is what it is, what it said. It's a courtesy scratch. That man could just as saying his dog quit, he could just as saying grab his dog. When you ask him that, grab his dog and just climb out the pit. Some people that had no problem when you did that, they'll scratch that dog into that empty corner. That's still his courtesy scratch. I mean, a courtesy scratch is not something you have to agree to. But I've also seen a courtesy scratch where the person said, yeah, they were going to give him the courtesy scratch. And most of the time, a referee, he might jump in there and stop it, or do, you know, he want to do a little tail thing, or he'll just let him go. And I've seen him slow walk. And I know why the referee didn't jump. I know why old boy who let him go didn't move. Because this is what you asked for. And his dog walked right over there, got in the dog's face, stopped, looked around, and went back to the goddamn corner he came out of. Now, if you've been in dogs as long as I have, there is no, I mean, and seeing what you've seen, you know, there's just some things that you're going to see. These things happen. Don't pretend, you know, for some people who, remember, there's levels to this shit. And just because I'm saying it, I'm not, and you haven't never done it and you've never seen it, but it's okay for you not to understand. That's okay. The thing is, I'm telling you, what you don't understand, you wasn't around or you just never seen it, just trust and believe that when you finally do see it, and that's going to be based on who you are in the dog game and how much you love the game, you'll understand what that means when it comes to a bulldog. And I don't care if you don't get it, but you will get it if you run up running up a wall, running on a damn treadmill, getting one ready for a confirmation. If you're dead serious about what you're trying to be at, you're going to know what it means to have that dog to where that dog needs to be. And that's going to take a whole lot of time and a whole lot of effort and understand what you're trying to do. Now, we up in this bulldog game, and we already made it clear our purpose. Just back in the day, we already understand our purpose, but give us the same type of damn attention. Handle your business like it is. Anything less than that, and you get burnt, that's because you wasn't handling your business. But this right here, this part right here, and I'm going to deal with this part right here because it can just basically do this on its own.
So, hey, man, like I said, give me some comments. If you drop videos, if you got a channel, talk about it. I don't care. I'm giving anybody some content to speak about. Scratch to win is only the help the losing team, the losing dog, and it's a made up damn rule. It's your boy PBK9's giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut, pink Peruvian, straight drop, fish scale. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay legal, and we out.
More money you get, more problems, and I believe.
Yeah. Now, let me get back over here. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that. Now, I was an open invitation, and we're going to handle this as if it is, because I think it's important that you guys understand the rules. And I just don't want to just, first of all, let it fall sideways, because I think, me personally, being, what I mean? I feel like I'm a bulldog, because I stand on my business. What made these bulldogs what they, that, what is it about that dog? Y'all know it's the intensity, the athleticism, the gameness. I mean, that goddamn gameness, man, is, I'm going to say, I speak this after having years of experience and understand how serious gameness is. Because when you ever have to run across one of them goddamn dead game dogs, you got to put them down. Because ain't nothing, hey, it take a damn good one to put one down. If you ain't never seen that gameness or never seen what it meant to be dead game, I can see why this would be, unnerving to you. But I didn't start the breed. And if you understand the history of it, not all of them had that in them. That's what made the ones for people like us become special. We handle these dogs like we handle thoroughbreds, horses, professional fighters. That love of the game. Now, how are you going to be playing this game on certain levels and not know the game or not experience that? Well, that's okay, because we always, and that's not putting nobody down, there is really levels to this shit. And today, I'm looking at, based on what I heard, I think I'm qualified to be one of them 80s and 90s and one of these OGs, and I stand 10 feet tall. When it comes down to me always using scratch to win, S2W. Because what that means to me is like the same thing it means to that damn bulldog. That's why we don't try to do nothing but get killers. Because at this point in time, I don't give a damn how game your ass is. I'm not even trying to go down that lane. I'm bringing a killer. Understand gameness? Put it like this. Psycho, 317 was a scratch to win fight. Okay? Down dog didn't come out of the corner. That was the only scratch outside the very first scratch was Psycho scratching the win. But in order for him to win, he had to make that scratch. You know why? Because that was the agreement. And he scratched just like he did the first time. That's what made it look so good. You're right. I didn't have to ask for a fucking courtesy scratch. I had to scratch. Why? Because that was the agreement. Y'all understanding where I'm coming from? We never looked to be going 317. Wasn't supposed to be that type of night. There was a point in time that fight could have been a draw at 2:30. When Mo asked for it, to save him. Why didn't we stop it right there? Because he couldn't agree to it. He told him no. At the 3-hour mark, oh, now at the 3-hour mark, now you asking. Now you asking. You understand what I'm saying? My opponent now is asking, yo, we can go ahead and pick him up now, man. I haven't seen enough. Guess what? We couldn't agree to that shit. We here now. You could have did that 30 minutes ago. We here now for the long haul. That's just not made up, gentlemen. That is reality. And then we ain't the only ones doing it. Now I am preparing you, and you know where we starting at, right? Y'all know how I'm starting. I done warmed up. I'm like the drill instructor, I'm like the senior drill instructor. You go in and talk to everybody and everything, put everything on the line. This is where we going. You got to kind of get a feel of how we going there. No disrespect, but then, we are on scratching, and we scratch to win. And the best way to scratch to win is, first of all, stick to the facts. The facts. And stand down on it. We're going to do facts. It's on you, Mo. They're yours. You there?
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you anyway.
Okay, it should be on my screen.
Hey, you ready for me to share it? I can share it right quick.
Yeah, go ahead and share it.
Hold on. Let me take this off of here. Okay, you want to blow it up? There you go.
Okay.
Let me see. Why is that? I got you the whole screen now, dude.
Okay. First thing we're going to start off with Cajun rules, y'all. What's up, y'all? I see y'all tonight. Might pick up a lot of time letting y'all know what was going to happen. Now I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Here's the Cajun rules. Okay? Here they go. By Casino and James Crenshaw. It's the rule book. Cajun rules. The only one I'm concerned about tonight is the scratch to win. But by the way, I want to go before I get down to that. I want y'all to pay close attention to 4E. Look at 4E. 4E says tasting is only allowed by the person washing the dog or the referee. So when y'all hear Mike talk about he'll get down there and he'll suck on a dog, taste the dog, it sounds crazy. But there it is in the rules. Right there. All right?
Hey, hit him with that disagreement, Mo. Hit him with that disagreement.
Now, here's the other thing with the disagreement. It's only with the use of what? If there is a disagreement on what is to be used to wash or rinse, which the referee will be the judge on what is to be used or not used. Bar soap, dishwashing liquid, baking soda, and milk are commonly used.
I'm just saying, I don't think none of that shit will poison me either, Mo. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. I'm going to take y'all down here to rule number 12. That's the rule we're looking at. Rule number 12. Out of hope. If no turns have been made and both dogs cease to fight and are out of hold, the referee will count to 30, approximately 30 seconds. The dogs will be handled and the down dog has to scratch first. If he scratches, they will take turns scratching until the contest is decided. That means they alternate scratches. Then he scratched, the next time it's going to be the opponent scratch, and it goes back and forth. Okay? Now, A says if the down dog fails to scratch, the other dog must scratch to win. Only on a count out of hold does the dog has to scratch to win. If neither dog is down and the out of hold count goes into effect, the referee will flip a coin to decide which dog will scratch first. Either way, if that dog don't scratch, the other dog has to scratch to win. Not if the dog got counted out, the fight was over. It says if the dog doesn't scratch, the other dog has to scratch to win. So it is in the rule book. There is a such thing as scratch to win. And let me just go down, I'm not going through all the rules. That's what we're talking about tonight. You see it right there in the book. See it right there in the book. There's all the things you want. Now listen, here's the other part. These rules have been revised for today's modern times. They are very strict, but if followed, will prevent a dog from being cheated out of a contest. These rules were revised with one thing in mind, that the best dog win. You understand that? These rules were revised with one thing in mind, that the best dog win.
Not lose, but win.
Okay, stop that share, Mike. Now, I'm not done. This guy get ready to take you somewhere else. Give me a minute to get my stuff in point. All right, Mike, go and share that. If you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when it's up.
It's up.
All right. Revised Cajun rules. Revised Cajun rules. This is strictly on the scratch. Regarding the outcome of a match and your observation about draws. Failure to scratch. If one dog fails to scratch, refuses to cross the line or engage, it loses the contest immediately. Scratch to win. If a dog fails its scratch, the opposing dog must then scratch to win, meaning it must successfully cross the line and engage the non-responsive opponent to be declared the winner.
Now, where is the loser at in that? I mean, how did the loser benefit from this, Mo?
Hey, no.
You know,
let's finish it out. It's a draw condition. A draw occurs if both dogs fail their respective scratches in succession. If the first dog fails to scratch, then the second dog also fails to scratch. The referee declares the match a draw or no contest.
and that was if he fails to scratch to win.
That's right.
It states it right there. If he fails to scratch to win, the referee declares the match a draw or a no contest.
Now let's keep this in mind. These are things that are covered and agreed upon. These are things that are agreed upon when we start talking about scratch to win. Cajun rules, we go by the revised code of the Cajun rules, scratch to win. We want to scratch to win. Oh, but hey, just in case y'all don't think it happens, that's why we're doing this show tonight. Now, I just showed y'all the rules. Y'all see the rules. Take me off of this shit, Mike. Take me back into the show. We done seen the rules. Let me know when you stop sharing.
I think I stopped sharing. Yep, you back. Okay, so we're taking care of a couple of these statements, all right? So you just let me know as you get it together, because I'm going to go back and just hit my video on some of the things you just said before we get too far ahead.
Well, I will go back to your video, the things you just said after what they just read and saw.
Right.
Enjoy yourself while I set this other stuff up.
Okay. Because I'm going in there. Let me share my screen. That one there. That there. Let's see, am I in the right one? Okay, let me do this right here.
Scratch to win. Scratch to win is a made-up rule, and I said this before. The rule scratch to win is a made-up rule, and it's made to help the brother with the losing dog. You don't want to lose. You're trying to figure out another way to get out without losing. Try not to look as bad. You know, that's all that is. Scratch to win is not a legitimate rule. And when we talk about this, you're going to say, yeah, you're right. Scratch to win is not a legitimate rule. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care if any of your old school bulldoggers, your famous bulldoggers, if they doing it. I don't care who doing it. Scratch to win is not the legitimate rules that these brothers was doing in this square.
Remember, he said that. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Now I'm going to show you. Let's start. Okay, Mike, I'm ready to share this, okay?
Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, so
yeah, I'm getting it now.
Okay. Hey, this is like a commercial right here. This is by your sponsors.
Yes, sir. Let me know where you at. Okay. You see me?
Hold on, I got you. I just had to do my little sponsor thing.
Okay.
All right, it's there. It's on you.
All right, y'all. Look at the second match. That's Fat Bill's dog right there. Hella ill figure. That's the dog that lost going for his grand championship in the Behinds champion bullet. Same dog. Hill figure from Fat Bill, Two Eyes, Helen breeding. Dreamer from T's Own breeding. Both dogs handled and conditioned by their owners. Dreamer turns early to start the scratching. After one each, Dreamer don't run his second at 39 minutes. Remember that. Dreamer don't run his second at 39 minutes. Hill figure falls down, gets back up, and goes hard to win. You see that? Hill figure falls down, gets back up, and goes hard to win. They made the stipulation that the winning dog had to scratch to win. Winner, Hill figure. That is a recorded match in Fat Bill's book. Y'all see that? Okay, Mike, stop sharing. Talk about that right there.
Hold on.
What did he say?
Okay.
That's a recorded match. That's 2 top dog men.
You're going in another one, right?
Yeah, but I need you to stop sharing so I can set it up.
I did.
Okay.
Let me go over that again. Let me get back to my share while you're doing that.
Okay. I'll be right with y'all. I don't know what you doing.
That's what he said. That is exactly what he said. Hey, did I share that, Mo? Did you see that?
No, because you didn't hear. I didn't see what you did.
Okay. Because I don't remember saying it. Stop sharing. Hold on. Let me do this again.
Was you sharing something?
Oh, yeah. Was you trying to? Hold on.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me get this back out the way. Because I don't know if they heard or seen it, but I just want
No,
to make
we
sure.
didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
Okay. Hold on. You should see it up there now.
Why I say them brothers who were losing, or the folk who were losing with their dogs, came up with scratch to win. Now let me ask any brother this question. Have you ever heard anybody that was bulldogging back in the days, that was bulldogging in the golden era, that was bulldogging in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, that said, let me get a courtesy scratch? Can I get a courtesy scratch? Brother John Denver, can I get a courtesy scratch on my dog? Mr. 216, can I get a courtesy scratch? Paul Johnson, can I get a courtesy, my brother? Why do we ask for a courtesy? The proof is in the pudding. Why in the hell do we ask for a courtesy scratch? Because it ain't no such thing as scratch to win. I asked for a courtesy scratch because when your dog didn't scratch, my dog won. You see?
I'm ready. Here go my. Here I go. Let me know what's
Okay.
up.
I got you. Okay, you ready to share it up? Here it comes. There you go.
Okay, y'all. Here go another one. This is July, August 1999. I want y'all to observe match 1202.
They can barely see it though, but go ahead, Mo. You can read it to them. They believe you. Let me see. Yeah, we can read it. Go ahead. You're right.
I know they can read it.
Okay.
Okay, that's Mardi Gras Kennel's Machiavelli against Robbie Boy's Cannibal. Machiavelli, a buckskin handled by Mardi Gras. Cannibal, a black dog, a red boy Jocko bloodline. Conditioned and handled by Lockdown Rudy. Referee, Boot Camp. Handled by Ralphie Boy. That was Lockdown Rudy, conditioned and handled. Was that, yeah, I guess Lockdown Rudy conditioned him. And he was handled by Ralphie Boy. So they was being handled by Ralphie Boy, was being conditioned by Lockdown Rudy. And Ralphie Boy handled him. The Ralphie Boy Cannibal can't keep Machiavelli out of his rear end, and at 1 hour 18, At hour 18, Machiavelli can scratch to win. He does. Now see that, all right?
What's the scenario, Mo? What do you think happened? Cannibal didn't scratch, and he had to scratch to win.
There's no other way.
There's no other
He
way.
had to scratch to win because if he picked him up, fight over. So why would he have to scratch to win? If he quit, it's over. Why would he have to scratch to win? Unless it was stipulated that they have to scratch to win.
Now, if you know what he's saying and keeping this like he said, this is not supposed to be like all that hard. Just, you know what I mean?
Simple. You can read. If you can read.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have that one too, Mo, because I know you got some more. So I'm gonna come back to my thing, and I'm gonna just, you do what you got to do right quick. Cool.
All right, but I got to go in between my sharing. So you got to stop this sharing so I can put my next ones up.
Okay, hold on. You got control of that over there. You ready? Just go ahead and throw it up when you're ready.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready, because I can jump in and I can drop some more shit. I go right after that bullshit he just said.
Oh, you can go after while I'm putting it together then.
Okay, good. I'm going in. I'm not done. Here we go. I think I'm sharing that. I should be sharing that. Let's see. Did you give me the share? No, it's not giving me the share yet. Hold on. Yeah. Share. Come on.
Because we all know brothers ask for courtesy scratches. What's the purpose of asking? How can I ask for a courtesy scratch if I got a scratch to win? Tell me now. Tell me down in that chat. What is the purpose for me saying, can I get a courtesy? Can I get a courtesy? If I got a scratch to win. Because I'm going to see if my dog going to come across if I got a scratch to win. Brothers ask for courtesies because if you don't come out that corner, if you can't get up and go anymore, use a down dog, a dead dog, and you can't go no more, that's a route. That is a route. But the people who was losing, they want to come up with some other stuff. Oh, you got to scratch. You got to scratch to win. Made up rules, man. When you got bulldogs, you got bulldogs.
Ooh, that one right there, that one stung. That's all. You got bulldogs. You go with bulldogs. I felt that. That's why I kick up my little reminder here.
All right, Mike, I'm ready for my next one.
Okay, I'm doing my little intermission reminder here. This is why I'm saying you got bulldogs, you got bulldogs. Okay, all right. So we're going to deal with it that way. Okay, Mo, hold on one second. Let me get this back off of here. Okay, you up.
Okay, I want everybody to pay close attention to match 60. Match 60. Okay? Says Pit Bull Mafia's Judy Jones against Bloodsport Kennel's Lady. Females at 42 pounds. Referee, Behinds. Yes, that's the Behinds with Champion Bullet. Lady handled and conditioned by man. At an hour 45, Lady do not run her sixth. Judy does to win. Judy does to win. Winner, Pitbull, Judy Jones. That's that's that champion Judy Jones that Loctite had up there that came down off a caveman. Yeah, she went on to become a champion. Pitbull Mafia is Judy Jones. That's the same dog that Loctite was talking about on the show. And what do you see there? A scratch to win. Let me give y'all another one. Here's a good one right here for y'all. Let me see if I can get it up here. Where I got it going. The match I'm trying to get up on is 23.
Come on, because just for the sticker.
Come up some.
Yep. You talk about the fast-paced kennel one right there. That's cool.
Yep, that's it. This one here, fast-paced kennels. Going against Hidden Hollow Kennels. Those who know that Hidden Hollow Kennels is a ranked fast lane kennel. I forgot the dog's name. Is a Hidden Hollow's champion Dusty. Somebody can help me out on that. They had a couple good dogs out there. They were in the fast lane. As a matter of fact, I think he refereed the 9 milli witch hunt match with that beeline against Hardcore. But let's talk about this one here. Referee CSA. Jazz, a one-time winner. Low posse breeding. Pee-wee by Wildside Kennels Rapid Roy. Jazz turns at 1 hour and 20 and don't scratch at 1 hour and 25. Pee-wee must scratch to win, but don't beat the clock. A draw.
No, you didn't find that out of all of that, dog.
Morton Dog Journal. Morton Dog Journal. January, February of 1999. I'm still pulling up the scenarios of scratch to win, and they're not part of the game. That must be because you wasn't part of the fast lane to know the game. That's all I'm saying. That's the only way you can miss all this. What dog men are out here doing it? Do y'all want me to go through the next 34? I have 2 journals, and out of 2 journals, I got 36 scratch to wins registered in the book. Do I need to go through them? I can continue on. Y'all want to see more? Thumbs up if you want to see more, because I got more.
Mo. You need to give at least a couple more, because
I'm going to.
That's showing the fact that it's there, right?
Yeah, I'm
we
going
know
to.
it's part of the game. But guess what? This ain't just anybody's backyard. You see the names of these people that's doing this? How could it not be a part of the game if you're really supposed to know the fucking rules? How is you taking care of your business on this level and not understand and know that? And I'm not throwing no rocks. But what I am definitely stating is the facts. And I know the truth hurts, but it's supposed to. Makes you aware that these ain't opinions, and what opinion really matters when you got to deal with the fact, the truth of the matter.
Okay, we got 402. Scratch 402. Dupree and Todd Hootie. Arcadia Jeb Jr. Howdy Lion Bred on Lee's Reno and Mountain Man's Bandit. A one-time winner. Red, a red won 2, lost 1. Yellow John Lady in Red cross. Jeb runs hot and can't keep up. Howdy can scratch to win at 46, and he does.
One can't, and one that has to. Remember when you said, you remember that comment? When you stop, it's over? Really? I know you didn't think that you had that to be like a mandatory thing. Maybe that's the way it was down there. But up here, oh, ain't no two cars walking about in this building. That's why they did it. Because it was happening so damn much. The courtesy scratches, fellas, trust and believe this. Believe this right here. Courtesy scratches were just what they were. But you were taking a chance and a long one to courtesy scratch. We courtesy scratch to show off. I think I most scratch Pretty Mama a couple times into an empty corner.
Here's go another one, Mike. 361. Rolling Hill Kennels and Ice Pick and Company's Hacksaw. Little Giant Nixon. At 43, there's a referee, definitely a recognized referee. Nixon can scratch to win at 33. He does. Okay? Let me take y'all over here to 53. Okay, this is a Mayday match. '53, Cuban Missing Link Chanel. Gator Boys Litaniana. 42. Referee, definitely a recognized referee. Both red, both one-time winners. Lacola by Pizza Man's Jack out of a Timex bitch. Chanel by Grand Champion Mayday. Handled by Bandito. Nito. Lacana ahead early, but Chanel catches up by 20 and scratches to win at 43. Leocondo runs a good courtesy scratch. So what did I tell you? Just because he picked this bitch up didn't make Chanel an automatic winner.
Hold on. Stop right there. Did you hear what he said? Just because he picked this bitch up, she still had to scratch to win. I know it's hard sometimes.
I got more. I got Lockjaw in here. Here we go, put up Lockjaw. Another great kennel. Who don't know Lockjaw? Number 3, match 336. 336. Referee M. George, another recognized kennel. After 2 scratches, Overstreet, let's go. Lockjaw Kennels Mud against Overstreet, they don't know. After 2 scratches, Overstreet asks for a scratch to continue. The dog scratches, runs 2 more, and is picked up at 59. Hold on, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on, 334. Yeah, that Lockjaw, my bus. That was Lockjaw, that's 334. That's the match number, 334. Lockjaw's Rayback. Deadline Kennels Raptor. Debo, referee, another recognized kennel. Raptor over the weight. He turns and Rayback scratches to win in 27. Raptor over the weight. He turns, and Rayback scratches the win at 27. Y'all see that, right? Okay. I mean, when y'all ready to just say, okay, we got it, we get it, I'm just going to keep on giving it to you. Okay? I'm going to keep on giving it to you. $201. Okay, can y'all see 201?
Yeah.
Okay, here goes 201. This is definitely an overseas match because it has the asterisk. BMCs, whoever, okay, and then we got Red Rum. Keezer, a two-time winner. Rum from Irish Jerry's Breeding, a one-time winner. Suze gets ahead by an hour and stays ahead until Mr. Kush offers a scratch to win. See that? He offers a scratch to win. Cruz scratches the win at 2 hours and 11 minutes. Clearly, that word, scratch to win again. Okay?
Look at the scenarios, though. I'm just saying, like, where in the hell does this supposed to benefit the loser? I'm trying to understand that part right there. Because at no point is it actually, for me, I looked at it too, like, and when we got to them points, you know, for the loser, he has some redemption because the best he can do is hope like hell we don't scratch.
Okay, here's another one. Look at number 182. Another overseas match. Jack's Ruby against Scum. Ruby by a Sydney out of a Boris Bella. Scum from a Garrett's Bell bloodline. Ruby scratches to win in 17. Ruby scratches to win in 17.
How would she be scratching the win in 17, Mo?
There's only one way she be scratching to win. It was stipulated to win that money, you have to scratch to win. Regardless of how it ends, you have to scratch to win. If he picked her up, he still had to scratch to win. If the dog quit, it would still have to scratch to win. There's no other reason it would be scratching to win.
No other reason. And you know, we talking about they doing it in other countries. So I'm just taking it like this thing.
Well, I'm going to put you back in the state. I'm going to put you back in the state. January, February 1999, another one. 176. Red Eye Kennels Blaze. Santiago's Bandit. Blaze from a G-Cross handled conditioned by REK. Bandit, a red boy, Satch breeding. Blaze gets ahead, and by hour 56, he can scratch to win, and he does. Okay? And he does. Just point him out.
Go back down right quick. Come down. There was this one, right?
Oh my goodness. I'm on scratch to win. Now, what are you trying to tell?
Yeah. This is same thing. Come down just a little bit. No, not that way. No, back to the top. The Let 'Em Go Kennels one. Keep coming down. Right there. 177. Read that one.
Right. What about him?
You want me to read it? Because right here, it's just another way. He said he never recovers and is picked up at an hour and runs a courtesy scratch.
Oh, okay.
That's not a scratch to win situation. He picked up. The fight evidently was over because they called it for what it was. He didn't quit.
Right.
He ran a courtesy scratch. So for the people, y'all might, I mean, you have to understand what
And
you're
they're gonna
really.
let him go Kennels. That's let him go Kennels. Shawn Michaels going against pound for pound. Now y'all see that? You'll find what let him go Kennels on Pretty Mama and Brat's match record, along with the Church Boys. You see who the referee is? Millbuster. Recognized Kennel. Producer of Pandy. Owner of the goddamn Champion Homie. Let me keep it moving. You stop me on that one.
I had to show them the difference.
Yeah, but that was good too because remember they were in the same kennels that we beat with Brat and Pretty Mama.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at one. Hold on, let me get it in view. Match 163. Doug Outlaw, boy. Punk Kennels Rock. Referee, Fish. It's gonna be kind of long, guys, so I'm gonna take it up. Boy of Buckskin from a Jeep Red Boy Jocko bloodline from the Honey Boys and Yorktown Kennels. Handled by Ant. Rock from a Jeep bloodline from B&B Kennels. Handled and conditioned by Palm. Boy is slow to start, but when he does, he catches up with Rock at 30 out of hold, and Rock don't scratch. Boy does the win.
That means just because Rock stopped, Boy has to scratch the win. Now,
remember, out of hope at 30, out of hope. And Rock don't scratch. That means Boy still had to scratch to win. Why? Because it was an out of hope. Is anybody talking in the chat? Because I'm steady going.
I'm over here doing this with you because I'm trying to follow along based on the control of the shit. So I'm not really seeing the chat, but I know it's a whole bunch of people in that motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on putting them showing because there's no such thing as scratch to win. And what nobody in the Bulldoggers was doing real Bulldoggers was having no scratch to win. Okay, we're going to look at 115. Blackfish Kennels Axel Rude Boy Stomper. Axel managed to stay close, but Axel can scratch to win at 46. And he does. And he does. I'm going to keep going. Because this shit is not supposed to exist. Us real Bulldoggers wasn't doing that then. Who says that? I'm just trying to point out how many scratch to wins is being recorded. So how can you tell me this shit don't exist? You're going to tell me all these people right here some bullshit with the names that we had up on here and the referees? I want to get your attention to match 50. Y'all see that Bo's Nasty down there at 51? I know y'all know about that old Bo's Nasty stuff. But I'm talking about 50. West Coast boy Smokey against that Red-Eyed Kennels Comet. Smokey handled and conditioned by Jamie. Birdman does the same for Comet. Smokey overweight. Smokey turns to start the scratching. And after several each at 2 hours and 10 minutes, Smokey scratches to win. Smokey scratches to win.
Regardless of what happened.
Well, what happened?
He still had to scratch to win.
He still had to scratch to win. Okay, take your attention to number 45. Number 45. Cleese Peanut against Paco. Peanut by Mayday, handled and conditioned by Jerry. He's over the weight. Paco by Rancherita Little Gator. Handled and conditioned by Chris. Paco gets off to a fast start for turning 22. At 40, Peanut can scratch to win. He does. Okay?
Can't understand why is he scratching to win. It is not like we pulling this off like everybody did it, but it's not like it's what, you know, it's not like an uncommon factor, because if, you know, we weren't the only ones doing it. That's what we're trying to say. We ain't trying to be bigger and better than everybody, but don't make it like we running around here talking about scratch to win. You know, there's some meaning behind the word scratch to win. A real bulldog, that if you're gonna have anything in you, that's the most important thing. That game shit. Ain't two game motherfuckers walking up out of here tonight. Not with my money.
Right. 24. Outback Kennels Ruger. Bailey's Andy. Ruger by Lopez Zeke is way ahead at 550 and scratches to win at an hour. Scratches to win at an hour. Number 13 down here at the bottom. Number 13 down here at the bottom. Top Dog Kennels against Team USA Sugar. 2 top kennels. 2 recognized kennels. Nala from his soil breeding is a reputed 4-time winner, handled and conditioned by Octagon. Sugar is a banjo breeding, handled by, which, remember to see that Crunch Kennel is another recognized referee. Sugar, a banjo breeding, handled and conditioned by St. B. That would be St. B and Benedict. After 2 scratches, it's all over. It's all Sugar. And she can scratch to win at 49. She does. Team USA Sugar with a 1. Scratches to win at 49. Go up a little, we go to 10. Bob the Slob in the Alabama Gang Apache against old Weagle. Weagle by Pocket Hercules, handled and conditioned by Bob the Slob. Weasel, a Shep Rare Boy cross, Apache all the way, and scratches to win at 44.
Okay, Mo.
Now, yeah, Mike, go ahead. I'm taking a break.
Yeah, it's 309 in the chat.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 309 in the chat.
300?
Yeah. I think, I'm just hoping that they
I
catch
need to keep going? Because I got another number.
Yeah, why don't you stop, right? And go check them out while I go over here and check this other shit out right quick. Because while you're doing that, you can go ahead and get that off your chest, because I'm going back to this reminder of the shit that got us here any damn way to even have to address this like we are.
Right.
So that's where I'm just trying to make sure that we don't get away like we just throwing bricks or something. No, we are actually addressing what is being said. That's it.
That's it. Y'all see these matches I'm putting out?
Okay, let me share this right quick, Mo.
My man Rico said, twin, y'all made your point. Okay,
right.
Rico?
Hold on.
In this square, scratch to win is only a rule that was made up by the losing opponent. It's not saying that you was the one losing, big dog. You know, the one that's going by that scratch to win. Not saying you the one was losing, but whoever started scratch to win, they was the losing people. They was the losing team. The losing dog is the folk that started the rules scratch to win. Why I say that? Because we had the Cajun rules. The Cajun rules say the first dog that stops scratching is the losing dog. You know, if we going back and forth, you stop scratching first, you lost. A down dog, a dead dog, you don't have to scratch to a dead dog. You know, can you imagine a brother or your dog back in the days, back in the golden age? And I have to say this, the golden age, and back in the days, for people that just come into the video thinking we promoting dog fighting, we not with none of that stuff. We let brothers know you can't do that in modern day time. You shouldn't be thinking about that in modern day time trying to do it. And if you do it, they got a place for you, you know. But let's just talk about it. The old rules, the Cajun, scratch to win. One might say, what are you talking about, Pelican Bay? Why you say scratch to win was for the down dog, for the losing dog? It's just plain out and simple for y'all brothers. When I give it to you, you're going to say, yeah, that's how it's going, you know? But before I get into that.
Are we? Are we?
I don't know.
I'm just asking. Are we? Is that a true statement right there? I just need to know from the audience. Is that a true statement? Anybody said ain't listening?
I'm trying to understand that point right there, only because when I'm addressing what's being said, but in some other way, I'd be offended as one of them old dudes. You know, come on now, it shouldn't offend me, but remember, our love of this game got us sitting up here doing this shit. I'm saying, giving back because there's so many of them guys. Y'all know the story because we got to represent these guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we old too. But look, you can't learn the game and understand it if you, first of all, have never played it. So enjoy shows like this. Not knocking nobody, regardless of what you did, how you did, whatever role you thought you played in this game. We ain't bashing none of that. But we're addressing the game based on our experience and the men around us and where we get it from. And we share these with you. These aren't your backyard. Anytime I can go somewhere and y'all know these people that we all, me and my brother talk about, keep their names out there because that prevents y'all from not understanding this shit like what my boy is saying. There's some people out there that's probably really believing that shit. Like us old motherfuckers over here with this channel supposed to be who the fuck we are, and we are running around here saying scratch the win, and like we is on some fuck shit. That's what I'm on. Because the reality of what it really means is that's what should matter in this game. Yes, it's a damn shame to see two curs. But that man who really stopped first, he get the chance to go home with, at least with his money back. It's a draw.
That's right. He benefits.
He benefits. You get to go home. You just
with a draw, not a loss.
You just had two curs to quit. Two. Take your money and get that shit out of here. It can't even affect them as a loss. All it could be is a draw with two dogs quitting. And that always boils down to who telling the fucking story. But then there's people like me who've seen it actually happen. It's like, how you tell the story? The fact is, both of them motherfuckers quit. You know, some dogs we be saying to people we know, we done seen these motherfuckers quit, and you don't see their losses. And I be like, damn, well, I know I seen them quit. They just didn't report the loss. That motherfucker quit. What's up with that, Mo? You know, that's just a new thing. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit is why we're here to address, because it was offered to bring it to the table and make content with it. Now, I reach out to my audience because you're over here. And I'm not, are you mad because I'm not talking about him? Are you upset that I'm not cussing him out? No. Because if that's what you was looking to see, you know, then you're not going to get that. Because what we're doing is like common sense, easy to see. There's no argument. Is bring you the facts. Your opinion, take your opinion, and let's see how you look at it when you just base it off the facts. Was it actually created for the loser? Is it actually something that was just made up and it wasn't out there and real dog man wasn't out there doing it? Really? But maybe like I was always saying, and don't be offended, this game had its level so I could completely understand.
Right.
And don't be mad at me because of that comment, accept it for what it is as the truth, because it is definitely evident based off just the facts. And all we're doing is addressing what you said. And our reply is just look at the facts.
Maybe you didn't know these facts.
Maybe you just didn't know. But you put it out there to be addressed. And I think the audience, the newbies, even my old schoolers who probably listen to it and wish they could say what we saying or do what we doing. Because we had a platform, we can jump on it. And maybe we ain't gonna be the last ones to jump on it. But I'm not gonna jump on him and talk about him and talk about what he's done in his dog career. I'm only talking about and addressing the things that he said. And the only reason I keep playing it because I'm not making this shit up. Do y'all hear this shit?
Right.
That's where I'm at. Y'all hear this shit. Now, maybe you don't have a platform to address it like we are, but let us help you get whatever you got on your chest and watch how we address this shit. Because you cannot get away from the facts. And that's what I'm on. Let the facts speak for what I consider the truth. I don't know, see how it could be a get back or even make it an issue because he did say it's just that simple. It's not all that complicated. And really, fellas, it's really not all that complicated. But if you've never done it before, I can understand why. Because you never was in a situation or played in that part of the game that it was that complicated. I don't think so. It's not a matter, fellas. Remember, we took you all the way across the world. Across the world, you seen some of the matches? This wasn't just no local bullshit. It's not new to the game. I didn't create it. My issue with the whole thing is, let me get back to my thing again. This part right here. Am I qualified as one of them old 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, one of them old guys, Or maybe that guy who got to really have some bulldogs. You know what I mean? I got to be able to understand where you come from. I got to have some bulldogs. You know what I mean? You're right on that, Hemi. Which is clearly one thing that we ain't gonna really try to go through as far as explaining the rules. Because if you know the game, and that's my thing. Hold on, let me slow this boat down a little bit. When you don't know the game, I can understand, you know, if you're trying to explain that to somebody, because I think my man, he really was trying to explain what he was trying to do.
Or say.
Remember, we're only using his words. And he's the one saying it. We're just addressing what he's saying. But let me get back up to my audience and so I can feel where y'all coming from. This is not a wrong or right situation for me. I mean, I'm just addressing something that I think all these dog men out here and people who are trying to get in these dogs need to be aware of. Just because some people say some of the things that they say, you don't know the motives behind why they say them. But it is important that you use your due intelligence, and I say your due intelligence, to learn everything that you need to learn about this business adventure that you choose to run on. And you slacking in your business, you know what I mean, you're gonna pay for it. So it all depends on what level of business you're playing on. You know what I'm saying? You in the B league, the C league, the backyard league, it all depends on the league you're playing on. But if I was trying to be, you know, well, we were them guys, you know, down at the bottom, working our way up, seeing what we need to see, trying to do what they doing type of shit. I know it might sound corny to a lot of people, but the reality of it is, if you want to get rich, do what the rich people do. The difference is, you ain't them. Do you have the drive? Do you have the intelligence? Do you have the will to even make an effort? And how about what that would do for you if they're trying to help you? If they really trying to help you, there would be no reason why you wouldn't get there. I've been around a lot of people and read a lot of interviews and seen a lot of shit that, how many people reach out to somebody who taught them something they heard, they sit down and help them and give praises to and thanks. You know, you can pick up the journals, read a whole lot of books, everybody giving everybody thanks because everybody has somebody. But I don't want bad information, especially to the point where I feel insulted. And I know it wasn't meant to insult me, but then I'm one of them dog men that usually scratch the wind. So that's basically telling me that I ain't shit. And that's what I feel upset about. And it wasn't a personal shot, but is how it's being used because we use it so much, because we understand you really want to know what you got, be put in a situation, you know what I'm saying, like us that night. Let me go back to that 317. When that dog stood in that corner. What do you think was on the loser's mind when they knew we had to scratch the win? Let's talk about that part right there. Help me out, fellas. What do you think when they dog stood there, knowing we were scratching the win? What was you hoping and praying as the loser? What you think they would be hoping for? Help me out here. You think they would actually be over there hoping that we gonna scratch? Do you really think that when that dog sat between their damn legs that they was wishing our shit would scratch. I should be saying hell no out there. It should be raining hell no out there. He was hoping like hell. The reality of it, put yourself in his hand. Just be him for that 1 minute. Just be that person right there when his dog stuck there between his legs. And he looking over there at us. If something was going to benefit him, I guarantee it, if it was going to benefit him, he would have been hoping and praying this cycle didn't come out that corner. Now that's the loser. The loser is hoping that that dog don't come out that corner. I don't need no motherfucking help over here because the scratch is on us any damn way. I don't need no help over here. Because the fact is, you are in a bad situation already because you're standing there. That's what we thinking. You're standing there. But don't worry about it because we're going to come get that money.
Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
We're going to get that money. So you ain't got to worry.
Back off your mic a little bit.
Over. Okay, I'm sorry. Your night is over. That's what I'm saying.
That's when the night is over. When
Damn
we come
right.
get that bag.
Come get that bag.
We know we got a game, motherfucker. On top of that.
You know what? And let me tell you about that. Let me put this up here. Let me explain this part right here. Everybody, you said some dogs need scratch to win. Some don't, period. No, bruh. That's up to the person with the dogs, period. Bottom line, there is no such thing as a certain dog do shit. I tried to deal with strictly nothing but killers. I wasn't looking to be in a situation where I had to worry about shit. Wasn't planning on being there long any damn way. So when it come down to that some dog shit, me being a dog man, I always did it. Every chance that I got, damn right, we flipping for it. So I don't see that distinguishing. And so when you say things like that, I take what you're saying and say, well, how would that apply to a guy like me who done it? I ain't gonna be no cur and actually go to a pit with a dog that I can't believe and ain't gonna scratch when I need his motherfucking ass to scratch. First, think about what you just said. Some dogs, I'm not bringing that type of dog. I ain't feeding that type of dog. So that really depends on the person with the dog. I just ain't that guy you're talking about. See, there's a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. Listen to what you're saying and then pay attention to what I'm telling you. Because I am in a position I can say that because I've done it and I've always done it. To the point, yes, we flipping. And I'm supposed to determine which dog I'm going to do it with and which one I ain't. As many dogs that we don't put down. Bro, that never came into the conversation, ever. So what do that make me? Makes me wonder about what kind of level do y'all play with if y'all ain't doing it like me. That's where I'm coming from. Where y'all doing that at? I guess you determine who you want to go into too. Them kind of people, they want to know who they going into. They ain't the ones that just get out there and put away and then whatever come, just come. See, we got different type of people to this game, and I'm just trying to show you there is really a difference, and there really is some levels to this shit. And I've trusted, I see a lot of shit, and I read a lot of shit, but that just tells me you ain't them type of people. Well, I see it because you would already know where I'm coming from. You would already know.
If you play where we play, they already know.
You've played out there, then you would already know. That's all I'm saying. It's where you at and trying to be at. That's what it was like back then. There's no such thing as things didn't happen, because that's what it was. It's supposed to be a gentleman's sport. Don't always be gentlemen, but ain't nobody running around acting like they boss hog dictating the goddamn thing. From the time that transaction goes into play, it is negotiations going on that's going to lead to a binding contract all the way to the end. Story going to be told when the night is over. And I ain't losing my money to no motherfucking cur. Because first of all, I ain't bringing one. But I ain't trying to be biased and jealous, you know what I mean? And put everybody on the spot. Then you don't have to worry about looking at it like that. Just put everybody on the spot. If we negotiate, I'm throwing it in there. Can't get there, guess what? We flipping. Hey. That's how that went. That is not nothing, to say it don't exist, because it did. We done it a lot. I didn't say we won them all, but guess what? The ones that we did lose, because I didn't always win the flip. But it really didn't matter to me, because I'm looking at it like we're going to kill them anyway. We're going to be out of here in 30. Because what's the use of being there? Remember, the cycle shit caught us off guard. Thank God that I know if it's any day that I knew how more conditional it would be if somebody ever pushed this to the limit, it was that night. It was that night. Remember, Psycho was giving the Mo. And he took Mo took him and made him who he was. But the fact of the matter is, these things did happen. And what kind of dog, man, are you really trying to say we got to be? Because the majority of us and some of us was doing it. I understand the comments about steroids. Well, it didn't even matter. That conversation never made sense to me anyway, because I don't remember anybody walking around talking about they was on steroids. I don't think it even matters. So when people say all that shit, I'll let you have that. Because different strokes for different folks. I wouldn't have known if he was on steroids if he lost. I mean, what about if he was on steroids and you lost? How would I know? You know what I mean? Everybody, when the shit going on, the dog run hot, first thing they're going to be thinking, motherfucker don't know how to use the roids. Everybody going on the outside going to make excuses why you done ran hot. He on them roids don't know how to use them, or he don't know how to condition. Remember, that's it. If you've been around this game, you would understand that when that time comes and you start seeing what you're seeing, everybody going to have their own opinions on why things are the way the fuck they are.
Back with the mic.
Okay, here, let me turn this down. But in the long run, it's all going to be broke down to the facts. Your shit won or your shit lost. And you can never have that unless two men didn't come to some type of agreement to climb over that wall. And because we had the rules that we had, that don't make us no piece of shit. Because I think we're one of them, we're a group of them dog men. We didn't need no help to win. Not that type of help. That's just making sure that the best dog win. That makes more sense. And that's the only reason I could actually come out of this with, based on why we done it.
No reason on my mind, my motherfucking dog ain't supposed to scratch to win. That's how I show my gameness. That's why I want my dog to scratch to win. Damn that courtesy scratch. We'll make it better for you. We'll give you a chance to win. If our dog don't scratch, we'll call it a draw. Nobody lose nothing.
Giving you a chance. We giving the loser a chance to get his money back. Come on. That's not a courtesy. No, that's for the win. Giving you another chance. But if this one's for the win, you fit to do something that you couldn't do because you is taking that piece of shit home.
If I quit, that's 2 pieces of shit.
It ain't gonna be between my legs. But it happens. I ain't never had one to do it. And fellas, for y'all to think that that's put somebody in a bad situation, the purpose and the risk that people was taking, and we all understood back in this game, is you wanted to make sure the best dog won. That's bottom line. So yeah, some people, you know, dog scratch, shit's over. Okay. If it's on him to go and he don't go, shit's over. Okay. But you know, I'm gonna tell you something. You know why we stay so strong on that goddamn scratch to win? And we was even on it before then because, you know, we was bulldogging and you know, that was our mentality because that was like the Marine thing, you know, regardless of what is, you know, we're gonna be bulldogs, they supposed to fill us. Can't be no bitch in you. You know, when you at these motherfuckers, these dogs got a way of feeling you. And if you feel that feel, they gonna feel that feel. You tell him to give you what you need, he gonna give you what you need because he feel you. It ain't no fake shit, this some real shit. He gonna feel you. That's how deep this shit go, man.
Remember, Red 8 created that.
Tell him again. I was trying to put you on so you could just say that because you're right. That's when that shit became solid. Because it would have put everything in a bad situation. Because regardless of how that scratch was, and
when Red 8 got counted out,
and she got counted out, she could have never made it back. Because remember when she did get there on her scratch, it was like 5 minutes later before we could get Red Ace off of her. Remember, she stopped chewing her up and stood over her. That's how you got that next handle.
Yep, it was an out of hold handle.
With an out of hold handle. But it was on us to go.
Yep.
If that was a scratch to win, Tommy, she would have never been able to make it back.
Yep. Red 8 quit and Tommy Boy would have never been able to make it back. She didn't have another scratch in her.
She didn't have it in her. She was done. That extra 5 minutes, she was done. I tell you, Red Ace was standing over and she was laying there. No movement, not trying. She was done. And we accept that loss for what it was.
But we had a scratch to win, would have came home with Red Ace would have came home a draw. Even though she quit. At least that would have gave me a chance to fix what I did wrong.
Yeah. See, that's the buffer right there. That's that other. That's giving you a look at the other alternative.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the reality of it all, Mo?
She quit.
She quit. And that's the reality of it, fellas. You can't get away from those type of things. But don't think we took that way of thinking from that and said, okay, we're going to use that as a buffer. No. What that meant, the standards done changed. That's part of the game. We need to take advantage of what the game is offering. Just why you think I lick dogs? Think I lick it because I want to? I lick it because I have to, because it'd be my motherfucking fault if that dog get by me with some rub shit on. It's my fault if anybody touches that dog or do anything other than what they're supposed to be doing. That's my fault. I can't scream and holler if I ain't put my mouth on that dog and feel like we got rubbed. Mike, you ain't touch the dog. He ain't got to worry about asking me. Where a lot of guys look back and laughed and thought that shit was crazy. Maybe that's why they thought we was crazy, because were we too extreme? No. Because maybe it was some people's pride about the shit and then cry about it, the rub shit. Your pride kept you from finding out. That's all. Mine don't. Mine prevents it from ever happening. It's these ways of thinking that we only going to tell you based on our experience and actually doing it and being there. And why? I don't know what the level is. This don't have nothing to do with our level. This has something to do with a statement. And I'm going to say an opinion, because just because he said it does not make it true. And you're right, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but the fact is, that don't make it true. What we're telling you tonight, all we're doing is giving you the facts. That's it. No opinions. Don't have no opinions on it because it's fact. What's going to be my opinion? It is my choice to go scratch the win. That's where my standards stop at. Still my choice. The other man just got to agree. Win or lose. We both put ourselves in a situation that we might have to deal with this in the end. But whatever the matter, if we're going in as bulldog men and we feel like we're going to win, I hope it on the next man instead of hoping it on me. So when they go all in, fellas, and they do that, guess what? They trying to make sure that the right man is walking out with the right bulldog. Because that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. That's how serious this game was to a lot of us. That was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, yeah, then guess what? Guess what? Are you trying to say we are not qualified to say this? Really? Are you trying to say we're not qualified to say this? Because we're just here to address it and prove our point. And we're going to do that by just producing facts. I really appreciate everybody for showing up out here, hanging out with us tonight. Well, you got anything you want to get off your chest while I'm winding this down? Because you have proven your point. You have relieved of your duty if you feel so. I'm finishing out like the drill instructor. Have y'all learned anything? Do you understand where the fuck I'm coming from? Understand where I'm coming from? This game ain't for everybody. Understand that. Y'all appreciated the show, and big shout out to all my people who showed up to show out. I mean, I'm hoping that we all learned something tonight. That's all. I just hope we all learned something tonight. Remember, you can have a disagreement based on something really just worthy of having something because it was politely put out there. That's why I play that part, because it was really politely put out there. And so we're taking this opportunity to put it out there. But in the process of putting it out there, you got to come with the truth. You got to have, don't just be sitting here talking. Bring something, show them. And I'm hoping we have done that. You're hearing it come from him, and you're hearing how we're addressing it. Don't take a lot of yelling and screaming and calling no names or talk about what you did and how you did it. No, ain't got nothing to do with that. Because all we need on something that's supposed to be so simple and don't need to be rocket science. That's right. Let's keep it like that. That the facts of what you see based on what we're producing to you, showing you. It's a fact because we're showing you. We're not just telling, we're showing you. And the people that was doing it, they ain't the people that you described. And that's where you get that understanding where of feeling offended by what you said. and how you
Right.
said it.
Yeah.
That was offensive because everybody know how we roll. S2W all day, baby. If you ain't doing that, then you don't need to be in this game. Not this one. There's levels to this shit, fellas. You determine the level you want to play on, but don't knock the next man because it looks like this. This is what it looks like, and sometimes I really know what it feels like. Can imagine what this is actually feeling like because the truth does hurt. But again, I'm gonna open the same opportunity to give a response, and because you really don't have to respond because it's not going to change what we learned tonight. I have nothing else to say on the matter. Oh, you have anything to say on the matter? Oh, you there?
Yeah. No.
You have it?
Mm-mm.
You good?
Oh yeah. I mean, I just seen all the people in the chat room. I'm like, wow. I want to see what else they can talk about before I go. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm trying not to
At
talk.
least their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Because I didn't even try to read it.
We're gonna go out to the you know, the big sporting dog journal scandal with the Beeline story.
Yeah. Well, because there are, we need to get to the bad story. Remember, we did this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But back that it came back up because I guess it's because of the new crew. And you hear them saying people with them dogs and their pedigrees, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they really be don't know the story behind it to where you see it and be like, do you know about something? And it almost like that was a myth to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this some kind of made up story. And I mean, I'm like, well, they must not know. They didn't see that show.
J-Bo gonna be mad at me. He gonna be mad at me again. You know what I mean? Because I want to tell him about Tuffy. I mean, Tuffy's little mate brother Rambo. You know, he was one of those dogs on the list that got stripped. They say he wasn't even Tuffy's little mate brother. They threw those papers on the dog.
That was part of that other shit, though, right? But see, that
was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that's a part of that story.
Yeah, part of the story. Yes, it is.
Right. So when you see it in other people's pedigrees and saying it, you be wondering, do they know the story?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because they were selling a lot of dogs out there with him being the sire.
Right.
He was selling a lot of dogs with that Grand Champion Rambo shit.
You goddamn right. But nobody knows the story. But then if we bring it back to you and see that when you got a group of these dogs, man, remember this is what we're addressing tonight. Remember,
you're not gonna find him. You won't find Grand Champion Rambo in those sporting dog journals. You'll see his matches in there. You'll see his Grand Championship shit, but you'll also see him get stripped off to it there. He got stripped off the Grand Champion list.
Well, yeah. Well, I just think save it for the show because again, if you want to go into that, remember this is not made up. This led to a lot of the bullshit. What got us to this point
I want to do a whole story on that again.
Yeah. What got us to this point?
A lot of people out here with these fake ass champions, you know what I mean? And the underground, underground speaking these words like y'all got all these fake ass champions out here, just like the Beeline.
Yeah, because they all look at it. I can imagine what it looks like today when you don't have things like the journal, and then the underground just exposes when they're supposed to stay in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But they can't help themselves because it's hard to let fakery go. Remember, I'm to this YouTube world, okay? So trying to be fake and try to do something or try to be something that we're not. No, actually, fellas, this don't have nothing to do with that. We just actually really telling you our story, okay? But I am so shocked to see how many people are manipulated into.
Your mic going quiet.
No, I was just saying, I'm surprised at how easy it is to manipulate people in this dog game when this game was really based on how well you took care of your business. So if you're taking care of your business, how could you be manipulated by bullshit? And I see bullshit be the loudest shit. Because in the reality of it, the real shit don't have to say too much of shit. Just let the facts speak for itself. That's all.
That's true.
Yes, get all the receipts you need, but you have to have at least something to stand on. Saying a lot doesn't mean you know a lot. Dougie was good at it. He was good at it, wasn't he? But he had to find out at some point, do you really know what it feels like? Everybody have to understand in this part of the American game, American Pit Bull Terrier, there's levels to this shit, and it ain't made for everybody. So y'all do me a favor, get together, man, and y'all hit them thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now, come on now. Come on, tonight.
We got 74 people still in the room. 74 people still in the room.
Come on now. Y'all know y'all need to just go ahead and give me them damn roses. Roses. We need
them damn roses. Come on, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
At least I can do is show some love. Don't cost you a dime. Just swing it up there, put your hand on the button, just push for a while.
Just let it go. And again, if you learned anything out of the night, first of all, take it as for what it is. It's a gentleman's sport. It only gets crazy when you let it get crazy. No. Maybe we learn a better way of how to address issues.
Put them on the bus and bring them home, money.
You know, just let them come on, climb on the bus. Let's go back home. Everybody remember, this channel in no way, shape, form, condone, support, or participates in any illegal state, local, or federal law that violates the Animal Welfare Act of 1996. This channel is strictly for the historical, fictional, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Okay, everybody, get off the bus. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Take heed to the words that are being said. Again, you know, we're not all bad guys. That's all. Sometimes it pay to do your homework. You know? But I don't have anything else to say except for thank y'all for coming out. Hold on, I know what I can do. I had so many people in here that I couldn't even get to my names and everything. I see Pit Dog. I see Carlos Lee. You know Carlos always showing up with the love. But Tony, what up, fam? Big, my boy, my man. Welcome down, Ram, Big Steppin'. Cosmin Cal, what up, fam?
My boy J-Bo is in the house tonight. Big shout out to J-Bo.
Mr. Jackson, Ryan. What up, fam? I see you. Jason Clark, appreciate the love. Cosmin Cal, Tony. What up, fam? I see you. Dana, I see you, baby. Let me see. My main man, he said, if twins did a show clowning them for an hour, they be the same way. Yeah. But we're not gonna clown on them, cuz. Nah, this is just coming tonight. All we was doing was bringing the facts. Let's take it. Y'all hear what y'all hear. You see what you see. Big shout out to Mr. Ryan Jackson. He said, shout out to my legend, Bobby Love, Kingfish Kid, Bobby Williams. I feel you, fam. Real bulldog. Legendary.
You be cutting out, Mike.
Okay. Let me get this mic thing together right quick. Legendary. Yes, sir. Let me see who else I have here. My man Pit Dog. He said they talking about when the ring alarm went off, they was like, oh, that's the twins at your door. Go on for an hour clowning real dog man. Come on, man. You put me out there? Nah. Big shout out to my man J-Bo. J-Bo said, ain't mad about what GHK said. I'm not up at 12 at night to hate. Nah. You're right, J-Bo, because we're not even trying to go that way. We just like talking about the dogs. Never about anybody.
Right.
Don't have,
it wasn't even directed. That was for informational. You know
no, that was actually directed directly to who invited us to have a conversation. That I said his name. That's why I put it in the title. It was based on what he said. That's why I used what I said. I'm not trying to disrespect or hide why we did the show because he offered that. It's evident. I did play it. He did offer to go ahead and do that. That's what we did. Big shout out to Small Time Kennels. And I hope everybody wasn't thinking I was coming to be talking about it because I'm not. I let the evidence speak for what he said. Y'all, based on that, you base your own, that's for y'all opinions. All we did was tell you the facts. This is what it is. This ain't even about.
And we was part of that world back then. That's what I'm saying.
And that's where
I'm saying these are things that in that world, these are things that we know and we experience. I was right there at the hardcore witch hunt match with Beeline. I was there. Actually, refereed the match between the Tennessee Dog Pound and Stone City the same night that happened. You know, and Hidden Hollow was the referee of that match. So these are things that, you know, when we say these things and see these things, remember, I didn't have my name on the petition, but I was definitely there in pertaining to the petition. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to see what they was crying about. You know, it's in the journal. The whole story. It's an interesting thing. It's in the journal. You know, if y'all ain't got it, I'll share it with y'all again for those who have never seen it. But this is show you how a motherfucker can do it right there with the journal. Get recognized, have champions, grand champions, making all these different people up, doing all these matches. But the problem, his downfall came because you can't be putting those kind of dogs out there with guys like us, the sharks, those real doggers. You're not going to be running around here with a champion and a real dog man ain't going to check that motherfucker. Back in our time, that's what they hunted for. All these dogs over there, and ain't none of them running into nobody out here. You're in North Carolina, and you got all of North Carolina going all over the country, but we can't see the bump into none of these dogs we're going into. We don't even know these dogs where they at. And that's what drew their attention because you wasn't going into the kennels that was trying to go into you. The real dog men. So getting this shit all out your damn journal, and they can't get you to answer the phone to do shit with none of them dogs.
Hey Mo, everybody said how many you tasted were rubbed. Everybody, I don't know. Now I don't know. Wait a minute. I have never ever had to worry about dealing with a dog, any of our dogs being rubbed. So that should kind of like you should be able to understand your own question because at no time through our entire years of doing these dogs have you ever heard us ever complain or say that we was rubbed. So that tells you if I'm tasting dogs, what should that tell you? Then it has never ever happened to me. I wouldn't know what rub tastes like. But one thing I know, when I suck on that dog and that milk and I'm rubbing that into his flesh, and I run that milk back through there, if I taste anything different than I have tasted my whole time doing this, we're going to have a problem. That's all. And if you can't realize that, then what is the purpose of even tasting the dog if you don't know what you're looking for? Just think about that. Why would you do it unless you're looking for something? As a business person, I would expect you to do it. But don't be getting mad or, because I have never had a dog. You have never heard us ever say that we was questioning ever being rubbed. And one of those reasons why, because that's my job. That's my responsibility. So I wouldn't know what that is. But you might, some people they didn't do all that. But then some people who didn't do all that, you heard them say, we was rubbed. Or he rubbed dogs. Okay. Remember, that's just how other people play that. So when I take it that you're asking a question, but I watched the blah, blah, blah at the end. But then I also put, like I'm doing, while I'm in one of them moods, I'm taking that question right there. How many of you tasted were rubbed? That question right there is what makes me look at people sideways. Because just because I tasted a dog, you guys have never, ever heard me say that we ever had been in a situation where we were. So I wouldn't know. But I've done it enough that I would definitely know if something tastes different than all the times I've done it. I just had never run into that situation I had that to worry about. And it has been proven because we never been in a situation where we ever felt like we had been rubbed. And we've done enough dogs to be able to say that. Again, hold on. Let me get this back up here again. I think I'm in the position to be able to say that. That's all. Facts all day. Facts all day. Now again, it's simple shit like that. You know what? That's the truth of the matter. Everybody, for real. That is the truth of the matter. And sometimes just that little bit of truth right there will hurt a person's feelings. But then just look, you the one said it. That's all. But a little truth, a little fact of the matter, you can base your opinion off what I just said, but at least your opinion is going to be based on what I just said, and that's a fact. And I think I'm qualified enough to say that. Okay? So fellas, as we get out of here, I'm just going back to these chats, and it's not like I wanted to miss them, but again, like I said, we've been doing this show long enough and we done seen enough. But fellas, all we can do over here is try to keep it real. Take that ride with us, enjoy the ride, and if the night started, we're gonna end it the same way we started. Regardless of whatever the bullshit is, the name of this game and the respect that we have for these dogs, we know what our goals and what we expect out of what we call a real pit bull.
That's right.
A real game pit bull.
That's why we got it. We got to always have it.
If you got it and you know what it feel to have it, you know what you got between your legs, in your heart, and your mind, and that dog's soul. You got a real bulldog, that son bitch gonna always let them know.
Always.
I mean, goddamn, that son bitch gonna know to
always scratch
the win. Now, come on now. Act y'all know. Act like y'all know. The truth hurts. The good thing is, it don't kill you. Oh, you already know what I'm fixing to do, man. I'm sorry. I'm on the way out of here, bro. Y'all, enjoy yourself. We'll see y'all Friday. All I can say is don't take it personal. Hold on, man. Where is my thing go?
Yeah. Better know my head, but I don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them people. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted kennels in the spotlight, danger alert, come with the name. Super kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, just that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in y'all, let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah, the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same grind, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legs in the doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down, ram in the dark. DSK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard. When they hit, praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Bill Buster, real strong, Southern Bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like the Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends. Everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, 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 pit bullshit.
Yeah.
Going hard kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. From yellow Mayday 8s, they bred real stars. Welcome to the yard where the legends get raised, where the chain spots shine and the bloodlines praise. Grand champ King Kunta with that royal type stride. Red ruby in the pen, red hot worldwide. The brat in the cut, keep the hustle on track. Pretty mama got the look and the structure intact. L-Ride bring the heat, yellow bird bring the flame. Gus and 38 special certified in the game. What day in the ring, crowd love in the scene. Dogs moving like ghosts in the champion's dream. From yellow to buck, their foundation is tough. Yellow buck in the veins, yeah, the roots run rough. Mayday in the pedigree, ace in the spine. That old school fire still alive in the line. Twin brothers in command, pushing forward with pride. Going hard on the banner, let the whole world ride. Hard work in the yard, every sunrise earned. Legacy in the dirt, with every chain spot turn. No shortcuts taken, no champions bought. Just blood, sweat, time, and the lessons they taught. Going hard kennels, yeah, we run this yard. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike, every day they go hard. Line stack heavy like a deck full of cards. Yellow Mayday ace turning pups into stars. Sheriff Pal bought us in the game, stamp legit. Find him in Tornadoes pedigree. Hall of Fame, double grand champion. James Pogay, the formula showed how to build and sustain. Blueprints in the blood, yeah, the knowledge remain. T.O. our partner, Ohio Cash showed how to win. Turn losses into lessons, now it's trophies we spin. Mama, triple M, deep South in the mix. Arsenal, Kennel, Stone City, solid foundations, no tricks. Hardcore, BLB up in the spec, it's 6. Yes, yes. Yeah. Tom, Dick, Todd, Tony Wade, Southern Kennels, real ones through time. Time from Pro Set, Windy City, combined in place, low type, apex, pressure built for the chase. Gotta eat boys, black ice, hunger sharp as a blade. Third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid. Yeah, I said third verse for the legacy, every debt fully paid.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air.
Yeah. Welcome to the yard. If you're tough, you can stare. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the yard. Where the chain spots shine, bloodlines run deep, every pedigree's prime. The game APBT, worldwide pride. You come correct or stay the hell outside. Legacy made. We grind, we hustle. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike locked in the scuffle. Yeah, we run the yard, iron fists and grit. When the sun comes up, no, we never gon' quit. Udo and Devo, legends carved in stone. Patrick Bolio made the yard they home. Tanned and yellow, they whisper through the trees. Echoes of greatness, feel that legacy breeze. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodline stack heavy, 52 ways so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard where greatness prevails. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes, falls on the fucking deal. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Tails in the dirt, every chain spot turn, lessons learned hard. Like the scars we earn, no shortcuts taken. Champions ain't bought, just blood and sweat. This legacy taught from Mayday to Ace, Buck to Jeep. Every warrior counts, we ain't losing no sleep. Heat like a furnace, knowledge is the key. In the yard we trust, we got the pedigree. Feel the intensity, blaze in the fight. In the shadows of the yard, we rewrite the night. From the ring to the chain, we like kings cut out. Mo and Mike, every victory's what we shout. Going hard, going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it all, bloodline stacked heavy, 52 ways so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Y'all in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes. Yeah, legacy in the dirt. Yeah, feel that fame. The game APBT. Remember the name, so step back. If you can't handle the heat, the yard's going hard. Put the game on repeat. It's Mo and Mike. Kings in this game, going hard. Kennels forever reign the same, nigga.
Yeah. It's Mo and Mike in the house.
Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. LeMayday, what a day, they breathe the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and yellow bird, we top tier. Champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Made a bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore here, the Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Made a bug Jeep, yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
Listen Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Being Nate, dog, putting in work in the twine. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, Captain. We make it happen, that's the play.
So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins, Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register, I'm married, we got the elite. Mayday Buck Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching out, so maybe we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, schoolboy aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Develop your game. Rob, 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 rob.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost.